Well, my daughter's got makeup for Christmas. Ah, welcome to the club. It happens to the best, my brother. The story on this guy has to be insane. The old age we deserve. Riding a train with a spear, eye patch, and a live crow. That's Odin. Man on vacation flies plane himself after pilot doesn't show up. Museum worker hangs up his own painting, hoping for a big break. Gets fired instead. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. My dad called me and said he didn't know what to grab in the fires. So he got all my favorite stuffed animals from when I was little so I could give them to my kids one day. I crashed my bike in 1983 and scraped my knee. We didn't have the internet then, so I'm telling you now. My Karen neighbor complained to the HOA about the visibility of my garbage can, so I fixed it. They really complained about a garbage can? Seriously? Retired firefighter invited to the graduation of a girl he rescued from a crib during a house fire. Some men die of thirst while others drown. For our son's 4th birthday, he said he wanted to ride the escalators, so here we are. Excellent use of free will, 10 out of 10. Built my own x-ray after a hospital charged me $69,210.32. Kane Hodder, the actor that played Jason Voorhees in 4 of the Friday the 13th films, declined a scene where Jason was supposed to kick a dog. He insisted that Jason was not evil enough to hurt animals. It is a different type of evil to hurt animals. Guy gets punched by street performer. I think it was because he kept touching him. When you're self-employed so you can't get fired. This dude was skiing and happened to pass a snowboarder who was completely buried underneath the snow. He would have potentially died if this guy hadn't noticed him. I wasn't satisfied with any crib we saw, so I built one myself. A guy ran over my brother's mailbox and drove off. He came back an hour later after visiting Home Depot and completely rebuilt his mailbox. My 82-year-old grandpa sent me these photos of him and his brother on a trip in Morocco. Bartender plucked my glasses off my head and cleaned them with her shirt and then put them back on my head mid-conversation yesterday. Either she wanted a tip or you're getting married. Jimmy Butler's baby mama claims that $55,000 in child support isn't enough and is requesting an additional $10,000 from the court. Jimmy Butler's lawyer argues that the children's mother is unemployed and refuses to seek employment. What do men even do when they're home alone? I sliced the thinnest strawberry known to man the other day. Tom Holland says he recently stopped a fight between 2 men in a grocery store. One of them recognized me. You could see the wheels turning, like I'm really angry but Spider-Man is telling me to calm down. Just raw dogged an 8-hour work week. No coffee, no food, no music, no bathroom, no work, just blank screens. New PR. They have a lot of bathhouses in Budapest. At this one, old men play chess in the water. These are photos I took on film. Bro is scared of his own superpower. Bro is afraid of his potential. Out-of-pocket letters from kids to troops overseas might be my new favorite thing in the world. Make your bag safe. Ka-chow. 2,000 years ago in Pompeii, 2 men professed their friendship in a graffiti outside a bar. We 2 dear men, friends forever, were here. If you want to know our names, Gaius and Lewis. Never ask anyone out. Never get rejected. Basically irresistible. Who's the Chad now? List of longest walks. Length 15,000 miles. Date 1983 to 87. Details. Ohio 28-year-old Stephen Newman crossed 21 countries on a 4-year solo walk. His motive was a deep urge to find out if the world was really such a terrible place as everybody was saying. He concluded that it wasn't, even though he was arrested several times, attacked by bandits and a drunken construction worker, and had to fend off wild boars and other creatures. His journey. Men will get fired, divorced, be in debt, and the only thing they'll say is, I'll figure it out. And they always figure it out, because crying is not going to solve the problem. Armed robber pulls gun on former WWE wrestler in gas station. Lives to regret it. Guys, the history of marathons is kind of whack. A guy in ancient Greece died after running 26 miles, and what do we do to honor him? We run 26 miles and not die. Yeah, but people train for marathons, he didn't train. You gotta respect his determination. People decided to just flex on him for the rest of eternity. If anyone pulls something like that on me, it's instant hands. Mother of 2 leaves husband of 14 years for a stranger she was convinced was her soulmate after one magical moment, only to be ghosted. My 4-year-old cracked his favorite toy and was devastated. I told him, that's awesome, you just upgraded to endgame cap. My neighbor caught his girlfriend cheating but never said anything. He waited until she went on her trip with her friends and gave all of her stuff to Goodwill. He's breaking his lease Monday and moving into his new apartment Friday, and she comes back next Tuesday and she doesn't know. Update. I come home and she's sitting on the stairs crying, asking have I heard/seen from Buddy, and I just break it to her how he found out everything. She immediately throws up and eventually calls the guy she cheated with for a place to stay, and he basically said, hell no. Today, I saw a group of 15 teenage boys hanging out after school in the Whole Foods cafe, and every single one of them was eating their own personal rotisserie chicken. Boys will be boys should refer to stuff like this. Dad recreates his son's drawings. In 2020, Chinese chain smoker completed a 26-mile marathon in less than 3.5 hours. A white-cheeked gibbon coming for grapes. Is that grapes for me? No way. Please look at my professor. He turned 75 and we threw him a surprise party with his favorite cheesecake. I remember in high school I told this dude to DM my girl to see if she was loyal, and they're still in a relationship till this day. Okay, you dodged a bullet. She is loyal, just not for you. Yeah guys, we're going to the boobs. Who wants to go? Meet me there. Girls, we've been friends for 10 years and I still don't trust her. Guys, after meeting and not knowing each other's names. This is my mum. She lives a quiet life in rural Chile, an island off the coast of Patagonia. She traveled to the US just to see me receiving my PhD yesterday. She brought me to this world and put me on track to become a scientist. She makes things happen. Thank you, mum. The construction workers made sure my son was involved. Ever since my dad died, I've made a point almost every couple of days to head by my mum's house and refill her stock of wood and start a fire for her. It's the little things like this that men have to do when our fathers leave us, even when we have our own kids and families. Hey dad, I just finished that big 50k race I was telling you about in my voicemail last month. I PR'd. Just wanted to let you know that I did it and that I love you. Thank you for instilling in me an ethos of grit and determination. Okay, just had a Jersey Mike sub that was so good I had to make it my lock screen. 1 year with no stains or creases. A knight in clean armor has not seen battle. Is that even a knight? Airport beer at 6 a.m? You bet. Who actually died doing what they loved? My buddy's father. He died sitting in a lawn chair in the shade with a beer in his hand while watching kids play sandlot baseball across the street. He just fell asleep and didn't wake up. Didn't even spill his beer. Zendaya is engaged to Tom Holland. TMZ reports. Oh, look at me, I'm Tom Holland. I'm starring in several blockbusters. I have my own movie trilogy. I'm marrying Zendaya. I'm playing Spider-Man. Screw you. 10-year-old boy wakes up from emergency brain surgery after being injured by Philadelphia plane crash. Asks, Daddy, did I save my sister? Aw. My son got his report card today, and academically he did well, but his teacher wrote a note specifying he needs to use kind words with friends. I asked him about this, and he said, my friends are dumb, and they need to know. How do I play? Has drawn first blood, killing spree, rampage, unstoppable, dominating, godlike. Don't worry guys, I figured it out. Hey, I like your cow. Oh, that's my calf. In 1923, a jockey named Frank Hayes won a race at Belmont Park in New York despite being dead. He suffered a heart attack mid-race, but his body stayed in the saddle until his horse crossed the line for a 21 outsider victory. This would be the most horrifying thing to see on the battlefield. A flaming sword? Did you guys forget about guns? Men only want one thing, and it's a seat at an illegal Chinese backroom gambling table. Smoking indoors permitted, black tie dress code. You're 20 and you watch Skibbity Toilet? Yeah, average conversation between men. Dude, look at this cool stick I found. Oh yeah. This cosplayer took his Arthur Morgan cosplay to the real life locations, and it's the coolest thing I've ever seen. I just found out my parents send each other reels throughout the day, then sit and watch them together at night. Romance is alive and well. Having guy friends is crazy, because I was crying and they told me, lock in. And I did. 44 years old. Drove 12 hours with 4 kids and 2 dogs to watch my firstborn score his first goal and assist in the WHL. It was one of the best weekends of my life. Dreams do come true. Never give up, boys. Haven't spoken to bro in 4 years. Bro, if my girl calls, I'm with you and we're in Vegas. I would do it for him. I think my son planned a birthday party and didn't tell us. The neighborhood kids showed up with presents and came inside and now they're playing. He's a get things done kind of guy. He knows what he wants and he gets it done. No waiting on anyone else. For the love of God, get him a Napoleon biography. That kid's meant to be a leader of men. A couple of years ago, my older sister unexpectedly passed away. The last gift I got from her was a suit I couldn't fit. I made it one of my goals to slim down enough to be able to fit it, and today I achieved that goal. This guy took a little Tykes boat and got it registered, stuck a trolling motor on it, got stopped by the water police. They checked his papers. He was legit. My brother maintains a level of nonchalance that I can only aspire to reach. Hey, me and this person are having a wedding ceremony kind of thing on Sunday at 7:30. If you want to come, you can. If not, it's no problem. It's not a proper wedding or anything. We're just gonna have one of those later. He strikes again. Hey, I'm potentially moving to Indonesia. I went from doing 7 bags of drugs a day to running sub 7 miles. Great trade-off in my opinion. Neymar received $103 million from Al Hilal in 2024. He played in 2 matches with a total of 42 minutes on the field. I just hiked over 2,000 miles from Georgia to Maine. This is my face before and after the hike. Did you eat? In 2012, John Unger was captured in Lake Superior, floating his dog to sleep every day. As he found out, Shoop had weeks to live due to arthritis. The water stopped the dog from being in pain, meaning he could sleep pain-free. Anyone who won a lifetime supply of something, what did you win, and are they still supplying it to you? My great-grandfather was a farmer and won a contest for plowing the straightest row in the county fair. This was in the year 1910 at Canada. He won a lifetime supply of seed. Each weekend, he would go pick up about 20 bags of seed and, with his horse and buggy, take them to the train station where new families were exiting the train. In 1910, Saskatchewan was giving away land to new immigrants, and for years and years, he would give each family bags of seeds to start their new farm. My dad once wrote a note to us and put it in a drawer. The note said, "If you're scared to tell me something, just bring me this note as a reminder that I'm here to support you. I won't get mad. I will work with you on a solution. Best way to keep your kids talking to you." This man I work with is a single dad with a 15-year-old daughter who's recently turned vegan, and every time I see him, he asks me what I'm having for lunch that day and writes it down for her if he thinks it's something she'd like. My heart. Stephen Phillips spent 24 years in prison for a crime he did not commit. When he was released in 2008, he received $6 million in compensation. Then, his ex-wife, who divorced him while he was in prison, sued to get part of the compensation. She did not receive a penny. Just got this bad boy. You should be saving for a car. Here's a car. My son rocked it today. He got that fit on. I told my wife I reached my beliefs by arguing with myself in my head until one side is out of argument and she looked at me like I was an alien. Doesn't everybody do this? The Parker family. Man, they really got it right. Steve Irwin Day is an annual event on the 15th of November, honoring the life and legacy of Irwin. The date was chosen because it takes place on the birthday of one of his favorite animals, a tortoise. Girlfriend told me I was delusional for seeing a sword on our cat's back. I have a feeling the boys will back me up on this. Company offers pirate cruise, complete with a real galleon ship, unlimited beer and room for 12 buddies to sail the seas with. What a gentleman. I went to the gym today, and when does my butt start getting fat? You can use this chat to track progress pictures if you want. I won't look, you definitely be looking. She wanted vengeance. Woman 20 who falsely accused a Good Samaritan, 36, of assault, costing him his marriage, is jailed for 5 months. Really, only 5 months? Come on. I'm glad it was proven she was lying, but 5 months ruining someone's marriage? At least 5 years, 10 years. The female mind could not comprehend this grocery haul. When you refuse to pay trillions of dollars for sushi omakase outside. In 2007, a 43-year-old man named Lenny Robinson sold his cleaning business to pursue his dream of becoming Batman. His mission was to visit children's hospitals and spend time with kids, helping them through hard times and putting a smile on their face. In 2010, a young Chinese asylum seeker was discovered on a flight to Vancouver after he was able to board it disguised as an elderly white man by wearing a remarkably effective silicone mask called The Elder, which was made by a Hollywood-based company. He was released 3 months later. When I was a little girl in the 90s, I wanted a Batman birthday party, but I was told that Batman was for boys. Growing up, I always joked that someday I'd get that Batman birthday party when I turned 32, my favorite number. I gave up on that idea, but my boyfriend didn't. Hey, ChatGPT, finish this building. No! Use your full name, that's the workout. Oh no. His name is Said Mohammed Porkarag. This guy's gonna get jacked. Has a celebrity ever been rude to you? When I was 13, my friends and I saw DMX at a Laker game. Ran up to him asking for a picture. He said, "Whoa, back the hell up. How about some respect? Like, hi Mr. X, how are you? Please may we have a picture?" Something like that. I realized we were in fact being the rude ones. Pete Campbell from Mad Men's actor, shaving a part of his hair for the role to give his character a receding hairline. New study finds that friends who often playfully insult each other are 300% more honest and loyal. School recently banned phones, and these are the questions students asked. Am I permitted to use smoke signals to communicate? Could I use a carrier pigeon to send messages? Me, buying useless things with my salary. When I pet someone's dog and they say, "Wow, he doesn't let anyone do that." Me, it's the off season, but you know I keep that thing on me. What is Nike Pros or addicted tops? I don't know, go play Legos, kid. I am right now, I got this new set. I waited years, lots of difficulty for my wife and I, to tell my family this way, and nobody got it. Hope you guys get the reference. Seriously, who put this up in my quiet neighborhood? Missing John Paul. Somewhere on Google Earth, it's 2012. My grandpa is still alive, and he's teaching me how to play softball. Judo instructor who hurled police officer to the ground, and attacked another trying to pepper spray him as they tried to arrest him for holding free outdoor children's classes during the virus lockdown. Avoids jail. Hi, there is a family next to me at the store. I just heard the dad say to his kid, well, it's brave to go on a roller coaster, and it's also brave to say you don't want to go on a roller coaster. Wanted to tell you something good. That is good. My dad's bedroom. He's 72. I love you, Mr. Beast. You make the best videos. Mr. Beast is trash. I would say a bad word to you, but I'm not old enough, and mum said I need to be 14 to swear, and I'm 7. I can't say the N-word. Great job, dude. There's the proof that AI can't do art. Hey, human, I made you something you'd like. My brother-in-law sent me this, and I'm crying. That's what you get for having kids in this day and age, buddy. And no, I have to work. I just built a whole snow fort and a snow stash with the kids and the neighbors' kids. There are 100 pre-made snowballs, a backdoor escape tunnel, and 2 sniper towers with great cover from the blind side. The kids took one look at it and went back inside to keep playing Fortnite. Now I'm just crushing beers in the fort by myself, listening to Creed. Wanna come by and indulge? An 83-year-old retired Marine kept the promise he made to his friend while in a bunker in Vietnam and stood guard one last time. Trent Williams, a 12-year-old diagnosed with a congenital heart defect. I live in a poor neighborhood, lots of drug addiction, so a lot of scrappers that will walk off with anything worth $1. So I put a mannequin dressed like Ryan Gosling in Drive, but wearing a wielding mask and holding a bat right inside my gate. So if you walk into my backyard, you instantly see this big dude staring at you. It scares the hell out of guests every time, but more importantly, it causes full-on mental breakdowns in the middle of the night for people who are already tweaking out on drugs. I call it my urban scarecrow, and both times that I know it's worked led to women screaming and banging on my door in the middle of the night because, help, there's someone in your backyard. Yeah, you. It's 4 a.m. For anyone wanting the picture, my oldest just threw up at school, so I went to pick him up, and on the car ride home, he threw up some more. I had him take a bath while I cleaned out the truck. It smelled like Doritos, which I discovered is why he's homesick. His friends had a chip eating contest at lunch. He won. Exclusive. Depp ditches Disney. Johnny is refusing to ever return to Pirates of the Caribbean because he's still furious at the studio for dropping him during his Amber Heard abuse case, despite the rumors that he could get $20 million to reprise role of Captain Jack Sparrow. You think that's gonna make him want to do it? Okay, if we are talking money, minimum 100 million, maybe even 200. He does not, I doubt he cares about money anymore. After a Gators game in 2017, I met Jacob Long and gave him a pair of cleats. 6 years later, Jacob is now a Marine and was in the flyover crew at the Ravens game this past weekend. I was able to meet him and his family and sign the same pair of cleats. Crazy how life works.